Hello everyone, thank you for joining us today on the program Woman to Woman. I'm Adisu Wausa Uwage. How are you raising your daughters? Alright, so today we want to look at how we can raise our girls. We're going to raise confident girls, thereby empowering the next generation. Simply put, we're looking at mother-daughter relationship because it is the mother that the daughter says first that she would want to model her life after. It is the mother that is supposed to whip the child in line to say, this is it. But one school of thought does say that getting close to your daughter breeds what we call see finish on the streets. Yeah. So how true is this statement? Well, I'm supposed to be discussing with two beautiful women this afternoon, but unfortunately, it rained cats and dogs. And so, you know what, if you are living within this terrain in Edo State, you know how it is when it rains, you know. Sometimes movement becomes so very much impossible. But thankfully, I have Mercy Onyo in the studio this afternoon while we await Eniye Omarige. All right, so Mercy is going to be here with me and we're going to talk about this, raising confident girls, empowering the next generation, mother-daughter relationship. That is how it's going to be this afternoon. So Mercy is a life coach and she's been working with quite a number of young girls. Just worked with them and she's still working, trying to build the next generation. So let's invite her now to impact on us how we can raise confident girls, how we can be close to our daughters. Paddy paddy, you know that thing, a BFF with your daughter. Hello Mercy.
Hi Adisa.
How are you?
I'm
wow,
fine.
You look so good. I mean, where did they buy soap to get this your color?
Thank you so much for having me today.
Yeah, you look good, though.
Thank you. You
All right.
too. You know I've been admiring you for over 2 decades.
See you. I'm blushing already. All right, Mercy, thank you so much. So, we're looking at our young girls today. You know, research have shown that the very first person a daughter gets in contact with is the mom. And unfortunately today, I don't know the kind of girls we are raising, because I'm raising girls too. I don't know what kind of girls we're raising in our society today, because mothers are busy, children are being left in the hands of caregiver. We ship them to school, and when it's time to pick them, even if the mother is chance enough to go pick the child, dump the child in lesson, from lesson, take the child home. Hey, you're talking to a maid now, take care of this child, and the mother is gone. There is little or no contact that much between mother and children. Now we are laying emphasis on mother-daughter. So talk to me. How should the relationship between mother and daughter be?
Yeah. Well, the reality is this. Children are a major job for family.
Major job.
Yeah. The moment you start giving birth is a full-time job. And it's the most important job in the whole wide world.
Okay.
Which boils down to parenting now. So for us to raise up confident daughter, you must have to put structure in place as a parent. You need to put structure in place. I won't talk about structure. Most people don't understand. We just say structure, structure, structure. When it comes to the family, what is structure? When it comes to the family,
okay,
what is structure? We are talking about routines. We are talking about roles and responsibilities.
That is the structure now.
Yes.
That's the routine that they should operate with in the house, okay?
When you're talking about routine, we're talking about, you know, putting things in place so that everybody knows what they do, what they are supposed to do, and how they are supposed to do it.
Okay.
So routine is like, set a time, this is the meal time, this is time for you to take your bath, this is the time for you to do your homework, this is the time for you to play,
okay,
this is the time for you to go to bed, this is the time for screen time. So if you must raise confident children, you must have structure. That structure involves routine.
So how do we go after that routine? We are mothers, okay? Yeah. And the tendency to be very soft, the tendency to compromise is high. You know, some of these are kids. They can be fraudulent sometimes, so to speak. When they come with one service, so mommy, you know, and sometimes we tend to fall. We tend to fall. Let me use this word now. We tend to fall mugu for these children, you know. So
Yes.
how do we say it, mean it, and be stern about it, showing love at the same time?
Beautiful. In structure, there is communication.
Okay.
You need to have communication in your structure. There's something called, you have to create a family time.
Okay.
It can be in the weekends. Just choose a day. It can be once in a month or once in a week. There need to be communication. Then everybody will sit and write down. You have to come to a compromise that this is how we're going to be doing it in this house. Fine. Sometimes the children might can, you know.
Yeah.
But you still need to be firm. That is where in structure we have consequences. When you don't meet your goal, when you break any of the rules, you are going to have your consequence. For example, now, we are supposed to, you know, do your house chores, maybe to wash the plate. You didn't wash the plate and you were watching TV. And mommy comes in or daddy comes in. Either of the parents comes in. Now, the consequence of not doing your chores probably might be you are going to write 300 words. I will not do this again. I will not
How many
do
parents
this
will do
again.
that in the face
I
of
will not do this again. That
basbos,
is
you know?
it.
The easiest punishment is a basbos. You know
And
what I mean?
that basbos is what is killing our children, making our children to not to have confidence.
Okay.
When you beat your child, you are making that child not to have confidence because
Really?
you are beating the child's
We're
creativity.
instilling
No,
discipline in that child.
that's
But
not discipline.
I saw they beat me for school now.
That's
We're
so.
instilling discipline in that child.
That's where we miss it. Because most of these basbos we give our children has actually killed their creativity,
Okay.
killed their ideas, killed their curiosity. Because fine, something pushed that child to go and be watching TV instead of watching plates.
You're right.
So by the time you come and you start, you didn't hear from the child, by default, it's basbos.
Okay.
By default.
All right, Mercy, I'm going to hold you there while we take a very short break. And when we come back, Favor will be with us. We'll take that short break now, PD. All right, we are back. Woman to Woman on independent television. And I was talking with Mercy before Favor Omorige joined us. She's a nurse, she's a pastor, Mrs., and she's a counselor. She is a teacher, and she works with girls. So you can see that I got the very right persons to be with me today on the program. So Favor, thank you for joining us. It's been a while. You abandoned your sister.
Not at all.
Not be so. We'll talk
Thank
about
you
it
very
after
much.
the
I wouldn't
program.
do that. I've been a bit quite very busy.
Yeah, I know. So we're looking at mother-daughter relationship, building confidence in our girls, thereby empowering the next generation. Because you will agree with me that the next generation of girls, it is only God that will help us with our children. With the rate at which our girls are doing drugs, are into prostitution. Is it prostitution? Or they call it hookup.
Hookup.
They are into hookup and other vices. We're beginning to be scared. Are we going to get somebody like Dora Akoyele tomorrow? Will there be somebody like Adesuwa I get tomorrow? You know,
important.
these are the kind of girls we're trying to raise. I told somebody, if you are not bold to tell your daughter that, I want you to be
like
a
me.
woman like me or be better than me, then you're not a mother, you just did learn. So, Favor, I'll ask you this question. What are some of the... Okay, I've already filled your name before with what Mercy and I were talking before you came in. Now, what are some common mistakes parents make when trying to boost their daughter's confidence?
You know, setting unnecessary standards.
Hey,
You know,
that one
setting
choke.
standards that are very unnecessary and high. You know, when you start comparing your daughters with other persons, giving them standards, social media standards.
Okay.
You know, that's another challenge we're having now. Parents,
Social media
parenting is
standard.
beyond social media, is beyond what you see around you. We must treat our daughters as individuals, first
Okay.
and foremost. Even if you have 3, 4 daughters in the same house, treat each and every one of them as individuals and then relate with them as they are.
Oh, okay.
Why, for one, you know, scolding, spanking may work. For the other, communication.
Okay.
Show them love. When you bring these children, the children mother is as parents, as mothers, we are children first mirror.
Exactly.
They look at us. So again, whatsoever you want your daughters to be, mirror it, do it, live it, act it. And when you live the way you want your daughters to act, gradually it starts rubbing off on them. So it's not beating all the time. We can do a lot much more than smacking the child, beating them up and all of that.
Something really got me, not comparing your daughters to other persons, not setting unnecessary and unattainable boundaries for these children. That's quite interesting. Okay, you heard what Favor said, Mercy. Now, you know that this is the real world with plenty of real challenges. Not all the things we see on social media, not all the things we tell our children. This is the real world. Now, if we believe that we're in the real world, how can we as mothers now balance nurturing our daughter's self-esteem? Because she says something that may destroy our children's self-esteem. Now, how do we balance nurturing our daughter's self-esteem while preparing them for today's challenge, for the challenges we're facing currently in our nation and in the world at large?
Yeah. Now, talking about self-esteem, there's something called self-worth. Self-worth is more important than self-esteem.
Tell me.
Self-worth is the foundation of everybody. Self-worth. What is self-worth? It's your natural default. You are created in the image and likeness of God. And so your self-worth is you are good, you are kind. Those inner beauty, those natural, inbuilt beauty in you, qualities, those are the things we as parents are supposed to nurture. When you nurture your child, you make your child know that you need to be kind, you need to be loving.
In the face of today's challenge?
Yes.
In the face of what we're going through in our society today?
Yes.
A boy is asking a girl to try it now. You know, the first person that introduces drug to a girl is a boy. A boy that she loves.
Very well.
And then the boy says, try it. And the girl says, no, okay, that means you don't love me. Prove it that you love me by how can that girl, how can she maintain her steez, so to speak now, and say no?
It's because she doesn't know who she is. Self-worth is knowing who you are, the person you are. When you know who you are, you cannot be easily, influenced.
Okay.
So when you build your child's self-worth, making her to know who she is, irrespective of how she looks, then she'll be able to know that, yes, she has an esteem. Because self-esteem comes from achieving something. Your self-esteem can be boosted by, oh, I'm beautiful, oh, I made A's. Oh, no, I did this. But self-worth is your foundation. You know that, yes, you are better. You can't take drugs because it will damage you, your originality. Do you understand? So if parents, we can focus on building the inner child, the real child, they will be amazed that they can stand any situation. Okay. You know that you are not supposed to damage yourself by taking drugs or taking alcohol. Let me tell you, it's not only the guys that introduce girls. I was listening to one of my mentors whose daughter were brought up foundational family, and she said when she went to school, a girls' school, that is a competition. All the girls there are taking drugs. You don't mean Yes, majority. Let me just say all. Majority of the girls. And they take delight. It's pride. So you've not tried this one. High voltage. You've not tried this one. You've not tried this one. So it got to an extent they expelled some set of the girls. But they've recruited, they have disciples. So when those girls didn't resume, these other ones came and they were still coming to her. It's just like looking for members. Okay. So Favor, having what Mercy just said in mind, how do we help our daughters to build a strong resilience to say no in the face of challenges, especially, she just mentioned drugs now, and let's mention sex trafficking, because that's another thing that is pushing our girls, pushing them to their doom. How can they say no in the face of peer pressure and all that she has mentioned?
The first thing you have to do for the girl child, like she said earlier, make them know who they are. When you help a girl child to build their self-worth, it will help the child against all odds to stand with those values. If a girl child knows whom she is, what she's made up of, and her endowment. She doesn't need another person's compliment, pressure to be who she needs to be. So in that case, as parents, as mothers, what we're allowed to do, we need to build the self-esteem of our kids.
How do we help our daughters to build that self-esteem that we have been talking
Expose
about?
them to
She just
information.
mentioned that a girl who is well brought up, and all of that got involved in some all of that drug thing. So how do we now tell this girl that, look, this is who you are?
Teach them.
How do we teach them?
We have books. We have books. Even the social media. We can use social media stories
To teach
them.
Okay.
You know, sit with them. Watch certain movies with them. All because you want to show them stories, things that relate to life. Then religion comes in too. Whether you are a Muslim, you are a Christian, traditional religion, there is no religion that supports any of these vices. So teach the child principles, moral principles, etiquette of every religion, etiquette of your family. If this child knows that in my father's house, this is what we believe. This is who I am. I'm a special person. I'm a unique person. If you're able to build that confidence in your child, build that well-to-do attitude in that child, you know, the child will be able to stand pressure. Something happened in my daughter's school some time ago. I have a lot of them. I have 3 girls, to the glory of God.
Amen.
You know, and that period, there was an issue and they were to wear mufti to school. And somebody looked at her and said, you are just Mother Mary. See the way you just wear clothes and cover your body. Wear crop top, wear this. And she said, no, I don't need them. It doesn't improve my self-worth. I like myself the way I am. And then when she came home and she was telling me, I was so amazed. I was happy in my heart because she has learned. So
Good.
over time, communication, continuous communication with your girl child. Stop shouting at them. Stop shutting them down. When you allow them to express themselves often, they're able to tell you everything, and then in the process, you're able to correct the things that needs to be corrected, and then you're able to treat everything that needed to be treated urgently and nip any vices at the
Okay, you know these people with all of these antics, they have a way with it. How can a girl recognize the antics of sex traffickers, their style, their modus operandi, to be able to say, Oga, I say no, stay your own. You know, that kind of a thing.
Yeah.
So I'm throwing that question to both of you now.
Now, for your child to be able to recognize these, do I call them, how do I put them now?
predators.
Let's just call them sex traffickers. That is what they are. That is what they are. We
That's
cannot
what they
paint
are. We
them
cannot
better
paint
than that.
them.
That is what you are.
Criminals.
There is one thing we're advocating for: family values.
Okay.
Very important. Your family, each family is unique. My values is definitely will be different from yours. In your family value, maybe there is flogging them. Mine will be there is just communication. Let's talk it over, and you just, you know, have a time out in one place in the house. That might be yours. So family value is very important to instill confidence in a girl child, so that when she sees somebody that is going against the value that she has already imbibed, she'll quickly
Nip it in the bud.
pick it and say no. And one of my mentors said when she went to school quite early. I think she was 17 when she went to the campus. And there is this set of girls she met in school. Very, you know,
The movers and the shakers.
Yes, they are the shakers of the school. So when she got there, she loved them. She loved the freedom. But
Yeah.
she noticed that they don't read. She noticed that they don't pay attention to why they came to school, even though they are having fun. But she wants to balance it. She wants to have fun. She wants to reach it. She came from a family where reading is one of their culture, is one of their family value. So from that, she was able to pick that this set of people, they are not mine. Immediately, she cut off. So when you have family, that's why we advocate for family values. If you have values, and we're talking about values, we mean communication, respect, empathy, kindness, you know, putting God first. We have a lot of values you are supposed to put down, write it down. Everybody in the family knows that this is what we are known for in this family. So when you raise your children like that, they are confident. When they see anybody that is against what they believe, they will quickly know that this place is a no area.
Okay, let me hear from you, Favor.
One of the ways to identify traffickers for a girl child is they give them unnecessary promises. Promises are not realistic.
Very juicy promises.
Juicy, beautiful
Chai.
promises. And then let's teach our girl children contentment.
Contentment.
Yes. When some of the reasons why some of these girl children go into some of these vices is greed. If you are content, if a girl child is content, to a very large extent, to be able to read in between the lines and understand. And then as a girl child, they should learn to ask questions. Ask the person that's talking to you questions, intelligent questions. And in between, you discover that these persons will always avoid and dodge important questions that the girl child is going to ask.
I wish we could go on and on. Definitely there will be a part 2 of this topic. We must have a part 2 because we can't even round up now, right? Yes. Time is not our friend. So before we go, let's quickly do this in 30 seconds each, all right? How does having a good relationship with your daughter breeds see finish, so to speak? Mercy, in 30 seconds, please.
There is no see finish in having a relationship with your daughter. No see finish like at all. As a mother, build your child's self-confidence by affirming them. Tell them they are good, they are okay the way they are, whether they are dark in complexion, whether they are short, whether they are tall, whether they are fat or slim. Affirm your daughters. Make them know that they are enough.
Okay. So, Favor.
Being with your child as a mother will make your child a better person.
Yeah.
Okay.
It will bring out the best in them and will make you a proud mother indeed. So, be the friend to your child. Show them love. Be very close to them. Be their mirror, like I said earlier. Be their partner in all good things.
Okay, there are so many questions I want to ask these beautiful mothers here, but time will not permit us. That is why we're going to have a part 2. You and your daughter or daughters should be like this, bread and butter, okay? If you're like that, I tell you, we will definitely raise a good and wonderful generation next of girls. Thank you, ladies, for finding time to be with us on the program.
Thank you. It's nice
All right,
being here
people,
today.
we'll see you again next week. I want to go and beg them to show you again next week. All right, we'll see you again next week. Bye-bye.